when we do movement in this class, it's very gentle. It's not like, vinyasa or core power yoga. It's like joint mobilization exercises, getting the legs working, getting circulation in the feet, the extremities, in particular the lower extremities, are really important to keep healthy and circulating for meditators. Because sitting is dangerous. You know the monks in the monastery, do you know what they suffer from? Hemorrhoids. Gotta keep moving, So, the long, arduous sits, of course, it can bring a lot of benefit, but it's not all as it appears. Do you know that the Buddha primarily did not sit and meditate? What do you think he did? He walked. He walked. He walked everywhere.
He reclined.
And he reclined, especially in Thailand, reclining Buddha. He taught the 4 primary postures, which are seated, standing, walking, and lying. But I feel like that's just shorthand for saying every fucking thing you do in your life, practice. I think people take it way too literally. Oh, well, we have to either stand, or we have to sit, or we have to lie down in a certain way, or we have to walk in a certain very slow zombie-like way. And those things are good and helpful, and I love them all. But I remember once I did a long retreat, and it was 3 weeks solitary retreat in a cabin at Taramandala in Southwest Colorado, and after about the second day, I started getting really bored. I'm kidding, but I found that so when you do solitary retreat in the Tibetan tradition, you usually break it into 4 sections of the day. You do 4 sessions of 2 hours each. Some even do 3 hours each, but usually 2 hours is it. Sometimes I like to do 3 sessions of 3 hours. But in any case, the first session is before breakfast during sunrise. Second session is before lunch, mid-morning. Third session is before dinner, afternoon time. And the 4th session is before bed. And you don't have to be sitting for every session for the whole time. So I would integrate walking meditation or a little bit of yoga and then sit. It's a really nice rhythm. And after a while, the sitting gave way to more walking meditation. And then after a while, the walking meditation gave way to dancing meditation. When you practice walking meditation, you put a stick or a rock on one end, and then you have like 50 or 100 paces, and then you put a stick or a rock on the other, and you just go back and forth. It's okay, we've got it. We're doing it here. Could we plug this in? Do you have a long cord? Because I don't have a lot of battery. And you usually do something like this, like in the Zen tradition. And you walk. You start here and lift, shift, place. Lift,
I don't have the right.
Shift, place. You can coordinate it with the breath. But you can imagine after a while, this can feel a little bit controlled or unnatural. Of course, it's supposed to bleed into your other movements, and this is a good training ground. And then, you get to the other side, and then you mindfully turn, and you do it again. You just go back and forth. Really pay attention to the balance. And then after a while, I was like, well, why couldn't I go I'm doing this mindfully, And then I started harkening back to my African dance classes, Started doing all sorts of, but if it's done mindfully, that's walking. That's moving. Where's the joy? It's there. It's dancing. So think that the 4 postures are code for bringing it into everything we do. That's my point. How's it going? Is it plugged in?
We need to charge it.
Oh, we
don't have the right end.
they have a charger. You guys have
We have all kinds of connections. What do you need?
it's the old one. What is that called? The fire?
Oh, really?
Lightning.
Lightning.
Okay, let me try the light. I might have now.
See how mindful they are? They're just doing this whole thing with such great mindfulness.
Okay, I got it. I have it.
Is it? Okay, good. Now here.
Thank you. How's it going? And it's streaming on YouTube?
It should be, yeah. Yep.
Is it charging?
No. It needs power.
Trying to entertain you while we figure this out. And then I saw a bear. A bear tried to get into my cabin in the middle of the night. I'm falling asleep. It's like maybe 10 or not in the middle of the night, but like 10 or 11. Falling asleep, and suddenly I hear this boom on the glass French doors. And I was like, oh my God, a psycho killer is going to kill me in the middle of nowhere. And then it disappeared. Like it just went away. I didn't hear much other noise. And I had a feeling it was a bear because I had seen a baby bear walk by from my rooftop like a day or 2 ago. And I know bears do come and go around there. And so I figured, okay, this is a bear. Thank God I had locked the door. Then the next morning I wake up and I look at the door and there's a big bear paws, like print, like a mud print on the glass door. And when after I got out a few days later, I told some people who live there and they said, good thing you locked the door because the bears have figured out how to open, the latch, because they're these kind of doors, not turning. So they've learned how to go boom like that and get in and rummage if there's any food. And then I saw a rattlesnake right outside my front door. It's so strange. It's like, why did you have to park it right there? Okay, now we're streaming? Okay, story time over, class.
We've been streaming.
But it's not going to be live on the Alembic. It's going to be on Chandra Easton YouTube channel. And then what I'll do is I'll share it with you and we can upload it at a later date, like tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to stand up.
I think it's not streaming.
What?
Chandra Easton 7365.
No. That's the astrologer who lives in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
At least, I think there's only one other Chandra Easton on the planet, or at least who's findable on the internet. She's very nice. We've talked, we have emailed, because people were emailing me for her astrology courses, and people were emailing her for Dharma classes.
So did you try doing astrology?
I did not. I did ask her, was that your given name or your spiritual name? She said it was my spiritual name. My teacher gave it to me, and so I one-upped her. My parents gave me this name. They were hippies, California hippies. Okay, so what we're doing is we're standing up. Is it working? Is it streaming?
I couldn't find it.
You can find it?
Yeah.
We're trusting. It's enough. It's good enough. Thank you. Okay. All right. Take your hands, the right hand, the left hand, on your navel. Feel the breath rising and falling beneath the navel as you breathe. Feel the feet relaxing against the support of the floor. The toes are slightly turned out and the heels are gently touching. Yeah. And you can be on your zabuton or in front of it. In either case, connect with the feeling of the support of the floor beneath you. If you're grasping or tightening the buttocks, relax the buttocks. Feel the tailbone just releasing straight down towards the floor, towards the heels. Shoulders relaxed down the back, relaxing the shoulders from the inner elbows. Let the inner elbows go heavy. Bring the tip of the tongue to rest at the upper palate. And this is like a standing meditation. So the tongue is resting at the upper palate at the root of the top front teeth. And the eyes are closed. Gently open them now and rest them at a comfortable angle past the nose. The chin slightly drawn in, lengthening the back of the neck. Reach up through the crown of the head. And feel a whole global experience from the head down to the feet. Perimeter of the skin. Global awareness of the body. This is called stamba. It means the staff. It's like Tadasana, mountain pose. And now we'll begin to move. So release the hands from the navel, heels wide. I'll show you from the side. Everybody take your right foot, place it behind you a bit and the weight on the top of the toes. Root into the standing leg, sit up, stand up tall and start to rotate the ankle to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Other side. And to the left. 1, 2, meaning counterclockwise, circling. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now stand nice and firm on both feet. Hip width distance apart. Now bring your awareness up to the top of the body. We're going to work our way down. Release the chin down towards the chest, then to the right, and we'll make circles. Down the left side, to the right, up and around, and down on the left. 2. Keep the breath descending into the belly. Even feel like you're breathing down into the soles of the feet with the in-breath, releasing tension with the out-breath. Relax the jaw. So we're doing 5 rounds. 1 more. And then reverse to the left, up and around. 1. Keep going. 2. 3. 4. 5. Coming around to center, and then inhale, neutral with the face. Shoulders, forward, up, back, and down. 1, 2, 3. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale as the back of the hands come together, interlace the fingers, grasp the fingers as the palms come together, and then rotate. 1, 2, 3, double time. 4, relax the shoulders, gaze at the wrists, so your wrists are right at eye level, like that. 9 and 10, other side, other direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now release to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. The back hand taps the kidneys. front hand, the heel of the front hand taps the juncture of the shoulder and the lungs, chest. Keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let the head go. 2, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the arms down, the hips move to this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't make this an invitation to space out and look around the room. Stay within your experience. This is shamatha right here. So stay in your own body. 9 and 10. Good. Now bring the feet together and bend from the back of the knees down. And circle the knees. 1, 2. The hands are right above the knees on the thighs. Lengthen the back of the neck. Look at the floor. Keep the heels glued to the floor. Don't let them come up. Keep your feet together. Your feet need to be together. It's safer on the knees. Yeah. 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2. Deeper. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 and 10. Coming up, inhale. Feet hip width distance apart. And bend the knees, waving as you come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's so funny? Hitting the giggles. Don't mind Manny. He's just the guy in the corner. And last one. Now inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Feel free to giggle. Inhale. Let's do laughter yoga. All right. Whew. And inhale. Shake it out. Laugh it out. Inhale, come on. Good. Now make fists. And beat the shit out of yourself. 2. Big, heavy fists drop down. Pound those monkeys off your back. I have a pretty crazy story about that. Maybe I'll tell you if you like. Oh my God. Good. All right. So now, again, one time, shake it out. If you didn't shake it all out, you get one more chance. Inhale. That's good. All right, now come down and we're going to do some toe torture. Now I'll tell you a story. That might be a good time for that story. So, toe torture. There's a handful of folks who come here regularly and they know it well, so you can look around. If somebody looks like they know what they're doing, copy them. But basically you're sitting on your heels. The toes are turned under. It's easier if you're on the zabuton, so if you've got tight soles of the feet or toes, you can do that. Be on the zabuton cushion. Or if you really want to up your game, you can come onto the wood floor for some more intensity. So sit nice and tall, right plumb line on top of the heels. Then take the thumbs and hug them gently with the fists and place the fists on the thighs. Relax the shoulders. again, now this is another version of meditating. So bring the eyes at a comfortable angle towards the floor. Relax the face. Breathe. Notice that if you're wanting to get up and out of the experience, see if you can take that as an invitation to drop deeper in. This is called the Bodhisattva path. Bodhisattva is one who makes a vow to awaken for the benefit of all beings. So in this way, we have to learn how to transmute the poison into medicine, and this is very alchemical here. Stay with it. Stay with it. Now, stay with it, but if you're absolutely not able to do this, you can come up on the toes a little bit more and bring the knees up. And some of you are doing other variations, and I'm wondering if it's just because I wasn't clear in the instructions. So you really want to sit on the heels. Sit on the heels. Yeah, but sometimes we have knee stuff, so it's okay if you have to modify. How's it feeling? Thumbs down. I'm getting thumbs down. Any thumbs up? Yeah. Thumbs up.
Thumbs tucked.
Thumbs
Thumbs
down.
tucked. Good answer. Good answer, Sean. Are you sweating yet? Do you know what the thumbs represent?
Ego.
The ego, close. Yeah. Well, they say they're connected to the mind, the brain. So when the mind is active. So what we do is we wrap the mind in a cozy blanket. We tell it to relax. Yes. All right. A couple more breaths here. This is good for plantar fasciitis, for other foot issues. This helps to open the calves. Helps to open the back of the legs, the hamstrings, the sacrum, the buttocks, the low back. If we open up the feet, it has ripple effects throughout the whole back body. Okay. So now when you're ready, exhale and come out. So now what we're going to do is the counter pose. So the science of yoga asana is very much about pose, counter pose. So now sit on your heels and then lean back onto your hands and lift the knees up, and you're really trying to stretch and open the front of the feet now. So we opened the back of the feet, now we're opening the front of the feet. Breathe. Now the chin can stay tucked down, and just see if you can lift the knees a little bit more. See if you can lift the knees a little bit more. Good. So if this is hard for you, do this at home every day. It's like taking your multivitamin. And you'll feel it starting to open up and not be so hard. All right. Good. Very nice. Any questions about that? Feel like you're understanding basically objective? Okay, so now we're going to learn a Tibetan style of pranayama. It's a Tibetan purification breath. And this is done at the beginning of any meditation practice, especially done first thing in the morning, because it's also a practice that's called expelling the ninefold stale wind. And so we're going to learn it, and then we're going to do it a couple more times. So it's going to take a little bit to learn, but then once you learn it, it only takes a couple minutes to do. And then we're going to do this regularly in class for a while, so if you come back regularly, consistently, you'll learn it by heart. Okay, good. So it's done from a seated position. So you can do it in a chair, you can do it on the floor, you can do it anywhere. Dr. Seuss, right? So the full shape is to do it in lotus, but if lotus isn't happening, then I'd like to suggest another version, which is swastikasana. So this is a little easier than lotus, and some of you might have some ability with this, so I want to share it with you. It's a very cool position. You tuck one foot behind the calf and kind of lodge it in between the thigh and the calf. Then you lean back and you grab the bottom foot and you gently pull it and lodge it in between the calf and the thigh of the other foot. And so it's creating that symbol of fertility in India. This swastika is actually a good thing. It means life and death, the cycle of birth and death and regeneration. Hitler just took it and reversed it and used it for something negative, obviously. So if that side doesn't feel good, you could try the other side. So you have any questions about that? This is called swastikasana, the swastika asana. So this is a nice option if you can't do lotus, because it kind of locks you in the way that lotus does. But it's not required at all. A comfortable cross-legged position with support under the knees. That's very nice. Yeah, everybody has their own version of what they can do. The most important thing is that your spine is upright. So we're going to learn this, so bear with me here. Usually we sit earlier on in the evening, but tonight I want to teach this to you. I've been warning you guys that I'd be teaching this for a couple weeks now. So I'm going to teach it, and then we're going to do it a couple times, and then we'll glide right into our sit, okay? All right. So this incorporates use of the arms. So for those of you, I think you're going to be fine. Those of you who are close to each other, I think it's going to be okay. But be aware of your neighbor here. Most important thing is to have the spine upright. So the first movement is simply a raising of the arms. You can do it with me. Raising of the arms. So stretch up through the spine. This is a moment to really set up your torso and your spine in a nice elevated way. And that happens with an inhalation. And then with the exhalation, you lower the arms. And as you're lowering the hands and arms, you make a mudra, which is called the Vajra fist. And what I'm doing is I'm placing the thumb against each of the respective ring finger base. And then I round the middle fingers around the thumb. The outer fingers are gently curved but not closed like the middle fingers. So this is rock on. This is the Vajra fist. It's the yogis, heavy metal mudra. So all we do is we inhale and we exhale, make Vajra fist. This is called bringing heaven down to earth. And then we place the back of the hands, the back of the palms at the crease of the hips, and we straighten through the arms and sit up nice and tall. Now this is going to be a stretch for the wrist, just like the footwork in a way. That's nice. Good. Yeah, good. So some of you are really in towards the middle. Bring it out a little bit. Yeah. Good. Stay there. I want to just look around. Good. If you can, straighten all the way through the elbows, and then you're going to feel the arms pressing against the torso. That consolidates the prana towards the central channel in the middle. Now, because of our proportions or our flexibility, some of us won't be able to do this. So the other option, which is a fine option, I love this option, I do it a lot, is to slide your hands down the legs and let them rest right in front of the knees. So keeping the elbows straight. Yeah, and the wrists are bent. Like that. So let's try that again. Okay, so we start from the hands on the thighs, palms down. Exhale. Inhale, raise the arms. And exhale, lower heaven to earth, Vajra fists. Place the back of the palms at the crease of the hips or by the knees. Good, sit up nice and tall. Now, the shoulders are going to come up to the ears. That's desired. So don't feel like you've got to hold them down. But what you do want to do is draw them back, because you want the chest to be lifted. That's nice, good. So keep breathing. Feel how this is lengthening through the spine. Exhale. Good. So after you've just done that movement, it's an inhale up, exhale down, place. Then right away, what you're going to do is, I'm not going to mirror you, okay? Because if I mirror you, I'll get confused. So just do what I say, not what I do. I'm going to be doing the opposite arm, okay? So with your next inhalation, raise your left arm straight forward like this, and then bend the elbow, circle the wrist, and then shoot it out, straighten the elbow like that. You're still in Vajrafist. Then draw the shoulder back, and then draw the shoulder back, palm up, circle, place the index finger at the left nostril, your elbows parallel to the floor. Exhale. Inhale. So you're on the side of the nose. I see some of you are on the side of your nose. It's cute. It's cute. Inhale. Yeah, you're not allowed to pick your nose here, class. Elbow out wider, Jordan. Yeah, wider. And the palm forward, That's it, better, yeah, good. Inhale, last one. So we're doing 3 breaths. Exhale. As you exhale, you release the hand back down, and we do the same thing with the right arm. Inhale, circle, shoot, draw back, and then bring it back to the nose. Exhale through the left nostril. Inhale. Exhale. So you're cleansing the side channels. Inhale. So you're breathing in and out through the left nostril, and that's associated with the left channel. And exhale. And release down. Both hands down. Now, both arms. Same thing, but they're both moving at the same time. Inhale. Shoot it. So it's like you're cocking the wrists. Yeah, let's try that again. Exhale. Inhale. Raise both arms. Bend. And cock the wrists. That's it. It's like a flick. And then draw back. Yeah. And then bring the hands down. Or to the knees. Exhale through both nostrils. We're just taking 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So this is cleansing the central channel. Then inhale. Release the hands. Exhale. Palms down. Yeah. Give you a second to rest. You can. This thing comes in handy here. The thing we did earlier. You can massage your wrists. This will, take a while to get used to with the wrists, but it opens up the channels. There's a lot of stagnation, of course, from our way of living. So challenging the wrists and the ankles is a really good thing. So that is like the skeleton of the practice. So I'm going to layer on top of it, and we'll do it again. Any questions about just that level? Yeah.
In terms of where to place the hands
Yeah.
in relationship to the quad or the knees, is the wrist lock most important?
Yeah, the wrist lock is most important, and actually something I didn't mention is that whether the hands are down by the knees or up here, you're blocking the same channel.
Okay, so those yin channels.
The yin channels, exactly. Yeah, the yin channels. Also, this marma here, which is more in Ayurveda, marma means vital junction, right? So that is a point here, the crease, that's in charge of moderating the flow of blood and lymph in and out of the leg. So that's a nice one to at least put pressure on for a little while. So even if you can't hold it the whole time, you could at least start there and then glide down, because then you're still stimulating those channels.
But beneficial if on the knees to like lean slightly forward so that point closes in a way?
You know, I've never had that instruction from the Tibetan teachers. If that's something that feels good to you, you could do it. I don't see why not.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Tell me
I'm
your
not
names
able,
too when you.
I'm not able to get my arms straight.
Yeah,
Maybe,
see, you have
maybe
a
they're
short-
too long, you know.
You've got those
I'm like an
proportions.
ape, you know.
That's right. You got a short torso. You got the classic Indian yogi proportions, like Iyengar. It's like you, short torso, long arms.
Mhm.
So you're gonna do this too. You're gonna come down. Yeah. Yeah. So, but you want to have Vajra fist? No, not on top. Not that. It's so the other aspect of this is you're blocking this channel that comes in through the ring fingers. They say this is the Mara channel. This is the channel that the negative energy can come in. That's why we wear the wedding ring there. So you're blocking it. You're pressing against it with your thumb. Yeah. Then you circle the middle fingers gently around, and then these are curved. Yeah, that's it. So then, if you're down by the knees, yeah, the wrists are bent. That's good. That's good. And then the elbows are straight. Try to have the elbows straight. Yeah. 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 Good. All right. Any other questions? Yes.
Is there a lot of pressure here, or just laying?
You don't need to, yeah, just laying them on. You don't need to jam too much into it. By nature of the position, there's going to be a lot of pressure if you're near the hips, but down here it's more at ease. So when you're learning this and you do it a lot, like in extended periods of retreat, the wrists get really tired. So that second option here is really key. So some of you may just wind up doing both variations throughout your day, or depending on how you're doing. There are periods where I did this a lot, because I had tendinitis for 10 years in my wrist, so I couldn't do this very much. So we all have different capacities at different times in our life, and it's important to listen to your body. Is there somebody else? Question? Yeah.
I was just very surprised as I was doing it how good it felt, and also how I would say it made me very sleepy and also very pleasurable.
Yeah.
So is that normal?
Well, it might be the parasympathetic nervous system coming online, because you're lengthening the exhalation. Yeah. And that can be very nice. Yeah. So stay with it. You'll see with more layers too, it might deepen that experience. Yeah. It's meant to be soothing in that way, and it's meant to set us up for meditation, because you're cleansing the nadis, the channels, and then you're also slowing down the breath. Lengthening the exhalation has a good effect on the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Palms down. Sit up nice and tall. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale. I'm going to layer something else onto this as we're doing the movements. So pay attention to the instruction on the breath. Okay, so now when you're ready, inhale, let's raise the arms. Exhale, Vajra fist, bringing heaven down to earth, placing the hands, straightening through the elbows. Right away, inhale, left arm forward, bending, flick, draw back, bring it to the face. Exhale. Inhale. You're inhaling, imagining you're breathing in rainbow light. Exhale, imagine that you're bringing out a dark, smoky vapor, toxins leaving the channel. Inhale, rainbow light. So each inhalation, you're breathing in rainbow light. And now this last breath, it starts slow, then strong, then slow. It sounds like this. Yes, good. Then release the hand down. Inhale the right arm forward, bending, flick, draw back, palm up, bend, one circle, and place it. Exhale. It's just natural breathing for the first two. Inhale, rainbow light. With each out breath, you imagine that respective channel getting clearer and clearer of that stagnant wind. Inhale, rainbow light. And this last time, exhale, slow, strong, slow. Release the hand down. Then inhale, slow, both arms, circle, click, draw back. Then bring the hands down. Exhale, smoky vapor cleansing the central channel. Inhale, rainbow light filling the channel, the central axis, and then flooding the body. Exhale, a little clearer. And then inhale, rainbow light. And this time, third time exhalation, slow, fast, slow. Expelling all that stagnant air. Then inhale, release the hands. Exhale like leaves alighting on the ground. Place the palms on the thighs, breathing naturally and resting in the after effect, resting in wisdom prana. Wisdom prana is the purified essence of the prana. It's a balanced prana, as opposed to the karmic prana, the karmic winds. So we're going to do this one more time. I'm going to add another piece. This is more of the visualization. Because in Tibetan Buddhism, it's not fun if we don't visualize a million things going on at the same time. Okay, kind of poking fun. But this is a really cool visualization. So we imagine that our body is hollow like a balloon. So not with our organs and all the normal aches and pains. Hollow like a balloon. And in this balloon-like light body, a body of light, we have the three primary channels. The central channel begins at the base of the spine and it runs right along the front of the spinal column. It's a channel of subtle energy and luminosity. It's not anatomical. And it begins like a bulb, like a narcissus bulb, and then it at the base of the spine, and then it grows straight like a stalk, and then blooms like a flower and 1,000-petaled lotus at the crown of the head, the crown. They say that the central channel is about the circumference of your own thumb. So if you look at your thumb, it's about that big, okay? Then the two side channels are 4 finger widths below the navel. They protrude, they hook out of the central channel at that level. So make this 4 finger widths, place them right at the level of the navel and measure it. 4 finger widths down and then press in. It's right at that level, right below the navel, where the two side channels hook out of the central channel and travel in parallel to the central channel. So it's like a J, like 2 opposing J's. They go like that. So they travel up, parallel with the central channel, and then they hook around the inner cranium and terminate at their respective nostrils. So that's why we're affecting them when we modulate the nostrils. This is the same technology in Hindu tantric systems of yoga and Buddhist tantric systems of yoga. And so the side channels are a little thinner than the central channel. So look at your pinky. This is the circumference of your side channels. So almost maybe half as big. They're made of like filament of luminous light. They're supple and effervescent. That's how they're described. The channels represent the 3 poisons in the body as well. So when out of balance, when we have stagnant prana in these 3 primary channels, it influences our state of mind. Some of you may be familiar with Hatha Yoga tradition, where the right channel is solar, the left channel is lunar. They have different associations of day and night, duality, and different emotions and so on. The Buddhist frame is a little different, but similar in some ways, but also opposite in other ways. So in this system, everybody, no matter what your gender identity is, the central channel is blue. It's like a sky blue. And that represents the transmutation of ignorance into wisdom. So the central channel, when it's out of balance, when it's, when the karmic wind is in there, and this is also a metaphor in a way, like when we're not in our wisdom nature, we are hindered by the core so-called poison in Buddhism, which is ignorance. Ignorance of our true nature. When we're ignorant of our true nature, and all sorts of other varieties of human suffering come from that, because we've lost our way. We don't remember our Buddha nature, our basic goodness. So Dharma is all about rediscovering that which is already within us, our Buddha nature, our wisdom nature. And so from a yogic perspective, by cleansing the central channel, we start to open that pathway and that capacity to reside in our wisdom nature, to reside in the central channel. The Shushumna, or the Avaduti is another name for it. So we're cleansing through this breathing, we're cleansing that central channel. That's that last move we're doing when we're breathing through both nostrils. That's the central channel, cleansing the poison of ignorance. The two side channels, for the sake of facility, I'm just going to do a universal teaching on this, because some traditions change depending on your gender identity, and I think it's just too heady, and some people don't even abide by the gender norm. So I prefer to just do a universal teaching, which is also quite common, which is the right channel. Your right channel is associated with the color is white, and when it's out of balance, it's like a smoky white, it's like a gray, and it's associated with the afflictive emotion of anger, hatred, aversion, the second of the three poisons. And so when we're breathing in and out of there and cleansing it, and then breathing in rainbow light, with each in-breath, we're clearing and cleansing, and clearing ourselves of that afflictive emotion. So as you're breathing out, you can feel like, okay, please may I have less anger, letting go my anger. Just letting it go, breathing it out. And then the left side is associated with the color red and with the poison or afflictive emotion of desire, craving, attachment. It's a clinginess. It's not the healthy attachment style. It's the clingy, neurotic, or anxious attachment style. It's aversion on the one hand, clinging on the other hand. So we're cleansing those two poisons as we're clearing the side channels, and then we're clearing the core poison, which is ignorance. So the three poisons: ignorance, attachment, aversion. Voila! Clearing it through a yogic technique. So right is white. That's how you can imagine. Right is white, anger, aversion. Left is red, desire, craving. Now in the yogic tradition and Buddhism, the right is the white, and anger is associated with the masculine, and the desire and red color is associated with the feminine. And in some traditions, those channels are flipped. So you may have learned that. But what I've just taught you is the most common way. I think it's easier for a group. Okay? Last thing about the visualization. This is the best part. Right at the beginning, you feel your body as a body of balloon and light with the channels. You connect with all that. And then you imagine that the earth beneath you cracks open. And down deep within the core of the planet Earth is Lord Yama. the Lord of Death. And he has this bull's face, big bull's head with big gaping jaw. And he's hungry. And he's coming for you. And then surrounding Lord Yama are the myriad of beings you have karmic debts with through the countless lives that we have all incarnated in. So it's not just one or two. You're not like, oh, this is my 10th life and I'm done. No, we've been born countless times, and through those countless rebirths, we have unfortunately accumulated a lot of baggage, a lot of karma. And so you imagine that Lord Yama is surrounded by all these karmic, they're called the karmic debtors. They're like your bank and your credit card. And the good thing about the good news is that through the expulsion of stale air, this smoky vapor, you imagine that with each out-breath, that smoky vapor, the toxins, leave your body and transform into nectar that then feeds Lord Yama and all those karmic debtors to complete satisfaction. You're paying back all your debts and you're satisfying Lord Yama so that he won't come. He's like the Grim Reaper character, you know, so he won't come today. He won't come knocking today. So then tomorrow you do your breath again. You do it again. You're good for the day. So it's like you're repaying and you're offering to complete satisfaction. It's a very common theme and visualization in Tantric Buddhism. And so then at the end of this ninefold breath, then you imagine that all these beings are completely satisfied. Their mouths close, their arms lower, they turn and walk away, the earth seals up and you're good. It's done. So is this intriguing? Now you get to feel. So now you're going to be like, okay, I've got the movement, I've got the breathing, I've got the visualization. This will build. That's why I'm telling you, come back regularly and we will do this again and again and you will memorize this. Yeah. Somebody raising their hand? Yes.
Once we let the smoke go,
Yeah.
do we just trust it transmutes to nectar, or do we like?
You can visualize it.
Okay.
You can visualize it. You can. It's if you're kind of overwhelmed with all the details, you don't have to follow that.
Okay.
Yeah. You can trust, and the letting go, it's feeding them. It's like you're watering the garden, you know, you don't have to look at every drop, you know, you're just watering the garden. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else? Yes.
I have two questions. The first one is, when you're going into the Vajrafish and you do these clicky things, is that intended to be a breath hold? Like you're supposed to take a long time to do it, so there's a kind of breath hold?
Yeah, so I'll show you. So just what, I won't do the whole thing, but I'll show you what the rhythm is. So I'm inhaling, just watch. Exhale, Vajrafist. Inhale. I'm holding in, and then I exhale. And I'm taking 3 rounds of the breathing. I don't have to do anything with the arm, like that. Okay, so it does happen kind of fast, and if you're done with the inhalation and you're still moving, then have a nice inhale retention. That's also soothing for the mind to hold the breath in. So same thing after you've done the other side, you know, you've done 3 breaths of that one. Then you come down, then you inhale. Then you exhale. Okay? Yeah. It takes longer to like talk you through it than to actually do it. So it's kind of too slow. That's why I do it in phases. Okay? Shall we do it? So we're going to do it again. And then we're going to just keep going. So meditate afterwards. All right. So allow the eyes to close. Breathe naturally. And start to connect with the body more as a body of subtle energy, of light. These are all true. We just don't usually feel it or identify with it. See if you can start to even feel or sense what it might feel like to be like a hollow, like a balloon, a body of light and energy, not of flesh and bone. And then sense and feel the central channel rising up from the base, the torso, in front of the spinal column, blooming in a 1,000-petal lotus at the crown of the head, sky blue. Then the 2 side channels extending out from the central channel, 4 finger widths below the navel, hooking down and then up, rising parallel, in parallel all the way up into the skull, curling around through the arc of the cranium and terminating at the respective nostrils. The right is white, the left is red. And recognizing that we all have a certain degree of these core 3 afflictive emotions of ignorance, aversion, and craving, clinging. The center is housing the imbalance of ignoring or ignorance of our true nature, the unknowing. Your right channel is housing the imbalance of anger, aversion. The left channel is housing the imbalance of clinging, craving. And you can feel those as smoke in those channels. The other thing we're doing in these breathing exercises is clearing the stagnant air out of the lungs, especially after a night of sleeping. Good. And then imagine that the ground in front and beneath you cracks open, and deep down within the recesses of the earth is Lord Yama and karmic debtors, hungry, in need of nectar. And now allow the eyes to open a little bit so that you can watch the movement if you need to. Let's together exhale, and then when you're ready, inhale and raise the arms overhead. Exhale, lower, Vajra fists, bringing heaven to earth. Place the back of the fists on the thighs. Inhale, left arm forward, bending, turning, flick, draw back, bring it to the face. Then you exhale through the right. Smoky, white, gray, aversion leaving you. Inhale, rainbow light, filling the channel and then filling the whole body. Exhale, a little clearer. Anger, aversion leaving the body, turning into nectar and feeding all those beings beneath you. Inhale, rainbow light, nice and slow. Now exhale a little more forcefully, slow, fast, slow. Complete cleansing that right channel. Release the hand down, and then inhale the right arm. Flick, draw back, palm up, and then circle. Exhale through the left nostril. Smoky red, desire, craving. Then inhale, rainbow light, filling that channel and then flooding into the whole body. It's a purified essence of the 5 elements. Exhale, a little clearer, craving, leaving the body. Inhale, rainbow light. And exhale. Completely cleansing that left channel. Then release the hand down, holding the breath out. Then inhale. Rainbow light filling the body. Click, release, and then hands back. Exhale. Smoky blue, ignorance, delusion, confusion, leaving the body, transforming into nectar, feeding all those beings. And inhale, rainbow light, filling the central channel, flooding the whole body. And exhale, a little clear, smoky blue. Inhale, rainbow light. And then exhale, strong, slow, strong, slow. And then inhale, the hands up, and then exhale. Lower them down and rest in the after effect. Wisdom prana. Balancing of the karmic winds that tend to reside in the outer superficial channels can be balanced and consolidated into the central channel, and that's the wisdom wind. Feel that consolidation, that feeling of being embodying the axis of your being, drawing your awareness inward. And now we'll slide right into our meditation. So feeling the breath in its natural rhythm, no more control or manipulation of the breath. If you need to adjust, feel free to adjust your position. We'll sit for about 20 minutes tonight. See if you can hold this position with ease and relaxation as still as possible. And let this feeling of the after effect of the pranayama to wash through you and over you. With each exhalation, releasing any remnant of breathing, of control or effort with the breath. Feel the karmic debt is completely satisfied, Lord Yama completely satisfied, everything is sealed and closed, and now you're left in this simple quietude for another day. It's as if the hard work is already done, and now all you need to do is release into the present moment, release into this vast ocean-like experience of awareness, unbound by the confines of the body, free of dualities of inner and outer, stillness and movement, good and bad, releasing all of that mental ideation with the out-breath, and settle the mind in its natural state, free of grasping, free of distraction. Let the mind rest in its own place, just as it is, its own natural limpidity and clarity, just as it is. Eyes can be closed or slightly open, as you wish. If the eyes are open, let them rest at a comfortable gaze past the tip of the nose. And soften the gaze. Feeling is out of lantern consciousness. Diffuse, soft, 360 degrees around you. In either case, feel the arbitrariness of the feeling of inner and outer. The mind and awareness doesn't just abide behind the eyes or in the body. Feel the porousness of the skin, the senses. And let your awareness be soft, diffuse, clear yet vast, focused yet completely expansive and relaxed. Rest in awareness. The awareness that pervades thought, feeling, memory, sensations. Lean back and rest in that awareness that pervades all of your experience. Stabilize in that. Rest in that. If there's fatigue, rest in the awareness that pervades the experience of fatigue. If there's distraction, rest in the awareness that is aware of distraction. If there's wandering, rest in that mind, that awareness that is aware of wandering. Rest in awareness, release into presence. This present moment, this quality of rigpa, of awareness that is present, that is presence. Rest. And from time to time, look at the looker. Turn awareness back in upon itself. Who's meditating? Who's thinking? Who's releasing? Who's contracting? Look and then see and rest. Especially when the mind is lost or is tired. Turn mind to look at mind. Look at the looker. Is there an I really there? Where is it? Can you find anything called the mind? Does it have a shape, a color, location? Really look. Those illusory shackles fall away when you realize this mind seems to have control over me, doesn't even exist in the way I believe it exists. What freedom. And then rest. Scaffolding, the shackles fall away, and you're left with a vast open vista. Freedom. And sometimes the beauty is so overwhelming that we just have to sing. When we meet the divine and the beloved within this inner vast space, sometimes the joy is so overwhelming. The bhakti tradition of devotion grows out of these experiences. And Krishna comes to play. And I will offer a chant, and if you would like to join at any time, please do. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. 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 Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. 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 Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. 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 Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopalanandala. Jai Shri Krishna. Let's feel the gathering and then the spreading of all the positive energy, the merit of our practice, and dedicate it for the benefit of all beings everywhere. Through the merit of our practice, may all beings be free, free from suffering, free from bondage, free from fear. May they all experience the bliss and joy of their true nature. May it be so. Thank you, thank you. So we have a few minutes, and if there's any questions or follow-up from the breathing or meditations, anybody want to ask a question? We will pick this up next week. Now that we've kind of learned the breathing exercise, it won't take as long teaching it next week. We'll have more time for Dharma talk. Questions? Any observations? Yes.
Okay, so the left nostril is aversion, is that correct, when you breathe out?
When you're breathing in and out, let's just talk about like which one we're breathing in and out of, right? So we're breathing in and out of the right one, that the right channel, the right nostril is associated with the color white and aversion.
Aversion, okay.
Anger, hatred.
And the left nostril
And the
is
left is associated with desire, craving, attachment. And the middle one is ignorance. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there like a soft version we can do throughout the day? Like if we're noticing we're really graspy or, no, is it okay to just do this?
Yeah. You could even just pretend like you're blowing your nose. You're at work. You don't even have to be like, hey, fuck you. There's one version that I like, which is here, you know. How do we do it? It's been a while since I've done it. Oh. Yeah, what is that? Oh yeah, no. It's different than the kind of classic Hatha yoga. It was more of a Taoist yoga one I learned a long time ago. It's like, in any case, I like this one. This is a simpler version of it because you're gently waking up the third eye, and then you can modify the nostrils with your thumb and your ring finger. Yeah, you could just directly. I mean, there's Nadi Shodhana. You know, Nadi Shodhana will give you similar effects as the breathing of the ninefold expulsion of air. It balances the left and right hemisphere, and it just feels really good. And Nadi Shodhana, it does mean purifying the two nadis. But yeah, the direct version, you could just, honestly, you could even just visualize. And sometimes when we learn pranayama, they don't even give you the hand yet. They're like, just do it with your mind and visualize it. So you could do that.
Okay. So it'd be okay to like be like rainbow light in, smokiness out.
Totally. Anytime. Did you like the rainbow light in?
Yeah, I like
I know, the rainbow light. Rainbow light in Buddhist Tantra is so cool. It represents the purified essence of the 5 elements of earth, fire, water, air, and space, as well as the 5 wisdoms, right? So if you're familiar with the mandala structure and the 5 kleshas transmuted into the 5 wisdoms, so the rainbow light has a lot of symbolic meaning. It's very beautiful. So think of, as you're breathing in rainbow light, it's like you're feeding all the cells and the atoms and the subtle body with those, that purified essence of the 5 elements and then wisdom energy too, filling you. So it's a regeneration and a recharge and a refilling, and then you're breathing out what you don't want. Yes.
Someone mentioned about this rainbow body practice.
Yeah.
And people just visualize a rainbow hollow body, or like a light body that's rainbow in color.
Yeah, so when you're breathing in, you can imagine that the rainbow is swirling throughout the whole body. That's the feeling, or the visualization, both. But yeah, so the practice of rainbow body, it's kind of a lot to go into right now, but essentially it's reintegrating with the 5 elements. And so a great yogi who has come to the consummation of these practices, particularly in Dzogchen, the great perfection practices have the rainbow body teachings in it, and the person who has come to that level, at the moment of death, their physical form dissolves back into the 5 elements, because the 5 elements are the purified, more rarefied version of the 5 elements, and we are all made out of 5 elements. You know, like flesh and bone is earth, the fluids is water, you know, the digestive fire, metabolism is fire, space is within every cell and every atom within the organs. The wind is the motility factor, movement, prana. So we're made up of the 5 elements. So when we purify those back to their essence, then the rainbow body can happen. And all that remains are the dead tissues like the nails and the hair. There's some great stories about this really happening. I mean, and it still happens to this day. My teacher has students who are practicing in multiple 3-year retreats, and the goal is rainbow body. You know. Yeah, it happens. I haven't seen it for myself, but there are other aspects of this practice too. Like if you haven't quite gotten all the way to the rainbow body, you can also shrink. So it's like you get these little mini-me versions of these lamas. I did see this at Oregon Dorje Den, the great Gyaltsen Rinpoche, who passed away a few years ago, rested in Tukdam, which is when the energies consolidate and the mind rests in the heart chakra for an extended period of time. So the body is physically died, the breathing stops, the heartbeat stops, the brain functioning stops, but they can, like medical doctors and scientists have measured this with great yogis who are resting in this practice called Tukdam, which is where they find that there's warmth still in the heart center. And that can happen for a number of days, 3, 5, 10 days. And they can't medically explain what's happening. But yogically, they say it's the consciousness is converged into the heart chakra and is resting there, and the being is finishing off their bodhisattva activities. Because when you're in that subtle state, you're 8 times more clairvoyant and capacitated than when you're stuck in this meat suit.
But Gyatro
Gyatro Rinpoche did the Tukdam. Yeah, he didn't do rainbow body, but he shrunk and he reached Tukdam. He rested in that. Tuk means heart and Dam means profound state. So he rested, yeah. And you could go there and meditate in the temple with his body still kind of bound in this kind of yogi shawls, and you could feel the Shakti and